Okay, so we were talking about the plan, and um, I met a gentleman probably 20 years ago who sat down, and it was the first time that he asked me some of these questions that I'm going to ask you, and it really stimulated my imagination. And he asked me things like, let's look at question number one. If you could instantly eliminate any major or minor financial stresses, worries, or concerns from your life, what would they be? And at that time, I didn't have, uh, I was a young man, so I didn't have a huge amount of debt or financial burden. But uh, I've, over the years, probably talking to over 2,000 people, I've been able to collect some fairly good answers. What would you do? I mean, think about it. If you could instantly, like if you had the magical genie with a couple of wishes, you could instantly eliminate any major or minor financial stresses or worries. What would they be? For me, paying off loans. Maybe you're someone that wants to pay off a mortgage. Um, be completely debt free. Uh, have your kids' tuition paid for. I am the father of my first son. He is just 10 months and a couple weeks old, and that's something that's exciting to me if he chooses to go that path. Or maybe it's other. If you could generate an additional 80 to 100,000 a year or more of residual income, what would you do with that money? Well, I'll tell you what, when I first saw this business, I was working at J.C. Penney's out of high school in the men's department, folding jeans for $6 an hour. So quitting my job was, on top of the list. And folks, it wasn't too long after that I saw this plan that we're going to lay out for you that I was able to live a life of freedom. Uh, I wanted to travel. Matter of the fact that the person that introduced me to this industry, he attracted me to it because he had told me that he was going to Hawaii to spend a couple weeks, and I'd never been there, and it was one of my dreams to go there. And since then, I think I've been there 15 times. So travel is important to me. What about some of you? You want to buy a new car? That's a popular one. How about a vacation home? Where I'm talking to you right now, a lot of you who are on this webinar are probably familiar with the concept of a dream board. And I'm at my place up in McCall, Idaho, and it was one of the first things that I did is I put images of this place of where I'd like to be. About 1 week a month, and I'm here right now with my family having an early Thanksgiving with my mom and dad and a couple of friends we have here because we've got a lot of family now. Now that we have our first baby, Jack's Isaiah Cloud, we've got three different families that all want to come in and see him. So we have to spread out time. So that was part of my dream is to have a place for the family because we used to rent places on the holidays as a tradition. And then when I became successful in networking, it was on my dream list. What if you had the time freedom to do whatever you wanted to do? Time freedom, I'm going to tell you this category right here that I'm talking about, I'm getting real personal and kind of selfish because I check the boxes that really apply to me. You'll see there's, volunteer, go fishing, start a new project, invent something. Well, pursue a hobby. Maybe that's something you like to do. Learn a new language. Because of the time freedom that this business provides me, I'm actually starting to learn Spanish part time. Why? Because it's fun. I read a couple of books every single week. I study music. At one point, I thought I'd be a musician in my life, and then I had so much fun being an entrepreneur, but it was always a part of me. So, I went back and I picked up the saxophone again, and I love playing jazz music. So now that I don't have to report to anyone 40 hours a week, I work for myself. It's a passion that I'm able to do. So, you know, this is the why. You have to understand is if you have a why, and if your why is big enough and it's deep seated and emotional, something that you can really close your eyes and dream about and see, you have to understand that there are ways out there to achieve it, and you're only limited by your imagination. So I'm gonna, Steve. The why that we found is the modern home business model. And why don't you tell them about your background and how we discovered this amazing industry?
Yeah, thank you, Eric. Is one of the best industries in the world. I think it's one of the most legitimate businesses and a great way for people to truly get themselves free and to create the time freedom and finance freedom that they need. I came out of an industry for 30 years, custom home building business, as well as have owned several dojos. And you have to know that when the economy hits, as probably has affected all of us, um, the home building business didn't do what it used to do, and so we went from making millions to not making so much, and we had to find a way. We had to find a way to be able to make some changes in our life, to be able to truly get serious if we were going to really be able to reach out and attain some of the goals that we wanted to accomplish our wise. And so when this industry was introduced to us, we realized that we had an ability to join the ranks of thousands who paved the way before. And the nice thing, as you're listening to this webinar, you'll see that this is a proven system. They've paved a way based on principles and a system, and we have them at our fingertips now. And you wonder, why is there a shift toward network marketing or this community commerce model that we refer to? Because people are looking for other avenues. People are fed up. People are sick and tired of what they've presently been doing. They're burnt out from their traditional job. Perhaps their traditional jobs aren't what they used to be. One thing's for certain, many jobs have been outsourced. And, people are losing their jobs on a day-to-day basis. And so there's a need out there, right, to be able to find something to be able to fill that void so that people can expand their income circle. The health and wellness industry combined with the network marketing industry is predicted to be $1 trillion industry. Why not this industry? You don't see, construction, that type of industry, $1 trillion industry. It's not coming from carpentry or roofing, or it's not coming from, stores in the mall. It says that it's coming from, a network marketing predicted $1 trillion industry, which is the health and wellness. And let's just talk about weight loss. I mean, weight loss in itself is such a huge industry. So if we can show you a way to be able to use this amazing business model that we have to be able to create what you're looking for, the why, to be able to help you to produce the why so that you can fill your need, right? So there's 7 unique benefits to this profession. There's many more, but the ones that we outlined in this plan are very important. How many of you have always wanted to do something significant, to truly make a difference? I mean, we were all put on this earth, and we weren't just put on this earth to just sit here, right? We were put on this earth to truly have a mission, to be able to do something to change not just our lives, but others, right? So that's a big part of what we're able to do, to touch people's lives physically and financially, to truly make a difference. And the fact that, you don't have to do it alone, that there's a team that's out there to help you to be able to succeed at that, a team that's done it before, who's created millions in this industry, to be able to grab the hands of them and to be able to say, hey, we want to help you succeed. It's about a team. So building belief in that team. How about financial freedom? To be able to do all the things that you want, when you want to do them, how you want to do them. This is what this business model allows you a way to be able to get that time freedom, that financial freedom that you need. Leveraging time. Leveraging time is so important, to be able to take the efforts of many to be able to produce a result where you don't have to work as hard. That's the beauty of this business, and creating a lifestyle as living and loving your life. Listen, Eric and I have been in this industry for quite some time, and our wives, and it has created a lifestyle of freedom to be able to sit back and enjoy our family, our children, to spend time with the ones you care about. I just got back from Kentucky, spending time with my good friends up there, teaching them about this lifestyle, and to see the leadership out there teaching their folks and their friends. That's what it's all about, and there's tax advantages. So talk to your tax accountant. So many people, rich and poor, are seeing the value of a home-based business model. Really, really important. So, when you look at all of the boxes that you checked from with Erik talking about the why, based on those boxes you've checked on the previous page, are you able to accomplish all the things that you have desired by doing what you're presently doing? If not, are you ready for a new plan? That's the key. If you don't like the results that you've been getting, then it might be time for change. If you're looking for a different result, there might be time for change. So it shows, guys, there is a need. And there's more than one need, not just in the finance end, but there's need in the health of our growing nation. There's so many sick people out there in need of the products that we have. Tremendous products with mass appeal fulfill a growing need and an opportunity for wealth is created, which Erik is going to explain that on the next page. But guys, we have the most amazing products out there that can really get excited to be able to create a brand. Can you imagine to be able to create a brand that people need that we can put on every countertop in America? Asante is really about, let's bring back that American dream here to the United States first, right? Let's help people get out of the poverty that they're in. Let's help people make more money than what they're making, the rich, the poor, the young, the old, every nationality, every creed, every religion. It doesn't matter. There's a need for both the physical and financial end of what we're going to present to them. We have a phenomenal product with real weight. Guys, I was really fired up. I had an opportunity to be in a meeting on Monday that in Kentucky with a bunch of people that were there, and I would venture to say if we added up all of the weight loss from the people that were taking our products, the Real Weight and the Akia, it had to have been close to over 300 pounds in one room. If that's not a testimony, that's amazing. The weight loss industry is a $60 billion industry and growing, and we get a chance to get out there with a product as like our Real Weight and really go out there and make a difference in a natural way to teach people a lifestyle, how to eliminate those sugar cravings, get more energy. Who doesn't want more energy? Who doesn't know a few people that needs to lose a few pounds, right? So important. And to have this phenomenal product, the Kia, listen, to be able to protect from disease-causing free radicals, all your daily servings of fruits and vegetables in one scoop. We were just at the Whole Food produce store, and to watch people going into the store, buying natural, organic food, spending $300 and $400 going in and out. Guys, for a small amount, so what is it? What is that, Erik? Is it $55, $60? A can of a Kia, you're getting all of those allowances that you need, fruits, vegetables, and there's so much more, talking about the fermented superfoods, probiotics, all the things that you need. Guys,
Well,
excited.
Steve, I'll interject because before Asante had the IKEA product, I got excited about juicing, so I bought one of those Breville juicers, which I love, and I saw this movie, uh, Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead, this documentary, which is a great documentary, and
Oh,
I was
yeah.
inspired. So I ran down to Whole Foods, and I did nothing but fill my cart full of organic fruits and vegetables, nothing else. And when I checked out, uh, I went to swipe my card. It was $265 and change, and all I had was stuff that had grown out of the earth. So, yeah, not reasonable for most people, but yeah, very needed. And what you're saying about the IKEA here, in two scoops, basically, Steve, there was more power in that can of IKEA than what I filled my cart up with at Whole Foods. So yeah, amen to this
Amazing.
product. Yeah.
So we need to just get out there and establish this brand, create an awareness, show people a lifestyle. We live in such a fast food, fast-paced world. We're always grabbing for the wrong things and processed foods. Once you start grabbing for our products, guys, your taste, the way you eat is going to start to change. And you're going to create a lifestyle that's really going to make a difference for yourselves. Good friend of mine, William, said, you know what, your health starts from your stomach, from your gut. And so if we can take care of that first, that's where all the difference comes from, right? The product IS2, guys, IS2 has changed my life. I know it has Erik's too. I've spent over 25 years in the martial arts industry, and Erik has done the same. And listen, you have to know that as you compete competitively, that you get a lot of aches and pains, you get a lot of beatings, and being in construction over the years, same thing. It takes its toll on your body, and so to be able to have a product that can help you recover, um, get rid of some of the inflammation that you have, get rid of some of your aches and pains, recover a little faster, get a little bit of energy, and guys, boost your immune system. There's not a better time than the moment with all the sicknesses and viruses and flus that are going around to go out there and really promote this IS2 product, because I'm telling you, we all have an immune system, and because of that, we need to go out there and take this. Some phenomenal, phenomenal products. But guys, we have a family of products that we're going to go out there, create a culture. We know there's a need to be able to show people a lifestyle. But guys, it's not just the lifestyle of products. It's a well-rounded business. There's the need of the products, but also there's a plan to be able to go out and put these on the countertops. There's a way to create some amazing, phenomenal income. And with a 2 to 5 year plan, how many of you would like to be able to make an $80,000 to $100,000 per year more in residual income? Erik, if you can share with us how they can do this very quickly with the plan that that you've established.
Yeah, well, let's just say that, we'll use you as an example, Steve, and um, you know, up to this point, if you're a guest here, you've identified a why. Hopefully, something on that page must have stimulated your imagination or caused you to start dreaming again. We've identified a way, which is through the network marketing home business industry. Franchising is out of reach for most people. Starting a C corporation is out of reach for most people. Network marketing really is the best way. It's affordable. It comes in with built-in mentors, but that's the industry. And Steve had then touched on the fact that you have to have a great product. I mean, ultimately, yes, we're in the relationship business, we're in the wellness business, but we're in the distribution business. And network marketing is about a lot of people each doing a little, because we market products that demand a story, and they're not products you're going to find on supermarket shelves or in your pharmacy. So it takes us. I mean, the money that most companies would spend in advertising is the money that's paid to us. When you look at a commercial that's paid for on the Super Bowl, how many millions of dollars that's paid? Well, network marketing companies don't advertise like that. That goes to us in the forms of commissions, because in network marketing, we are the marketing arm of the company. So, you know, the need is the product. Health and wellness is the industry. Why are we in health and wellness? Well, it's uh, unique consumable products, and they're products that demand a story and make an impact on people's lives. And so that's the business that we want to be in. We want to be positioned in an industry that's the next $1 trillion industry. We don't want to be in 8 tracks, cassettes, or vinyl records. So we want to be in the wellness industry. So what is the plan? Well, understand that what we're sharing with you here tonight is not a get rich quick kind of a deal. Um, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. But I'm telling you, for some of you, working hard and focused for 2 to 5 years might sound too good to be true, but I've done it over and over again. Steve has done it. So we're going to share with you a plan for 80 to 100,000 a year or more residual income, and the sky's the limit. The reason why we say that is there's some of you that have never thought that big. There's some of you here listening to us that think way bigger than that. But I'm telling you, if you duplicate this simple model, there's no ceiling on what you can earn. So let's just say that I have Steve here's one of my best friends, good buddy, my business partner, and we're going to illustrate an example of how this plan works within the Asante business. That's the company we choose. That's the products we choose. Well, for someone to earn 80 to $100,000 a year in our business, what that takes is building 100 active orders per week on the left and right side of your business. So you'll see my abbreviation there, AO equals active orders. An active order is equivalent to $100 in personal volume or $100 in personal use products. So really, network marketing is about a lot of people each doing a little bit And just imagine you're owning a business where, most of us, want to live longer and stay healthier. So you're building a business where you're buying from your own store instead of giving those dollars to GNC, where you don't know what's on the label, you don't know the quality of the ingredients. Half the bottles have dust, sitting on top of them because they've been sitting there for 4 years. I mean, you're building a business by building people who are buying from their own store. Now, this is based on people doing an active order of 100. Most of the distributors do an active order of 200 in personal volume because it maxes out all the bonuses. But that's not the important thing. It's because we want to have extra product to share, because us demonstrating our products turns into other people coming on board. So if we know that Steve is going to build a business of 100 active orders left and right through a network of people, well, what does that mean? Well, we've got to help other people become successful. So we're looking at Ruby Director, 80 to 100,000 a year. Well, Steve's going to have a friend named Marcus on the left who is going to be a gold, and Anthony on the right, who's going to be a gold executive. Now, these aren't necessarily Steve's friends, but we're just using these as generic terms. So what does that mean? Because the reality is, if you really do help other people get what you get what you want. So we move to this income of $80,000 to $100,000 a year by helping other people achieve the incomes that they want to earn. A gold executive is somebody that has 50 active orders left and right. So you'll see that Marcus and Anthony both will have 50 active orders. They probably built a list of some friends. They found some interesting people. Really, it only takes a handful of 2 to 3 people on each side of your business in this binary compensation plan to grow to 50 on each side. But when Marcus and Anthony do that with 50 active orders left and right, they become a goal. So how do we have Marcus and Anthony get 50 left and 50 right? Well, what they're going to do is help 2 people each on their team go silver. Now, a silver in our business is somebody that has 30 active orders on the left and on the right. So if you can see us working from the bottom here, Marcus has a silver left, right. Anthony has a silver left, right. Well, that actually totals up to more than 50. That's 60 left and 60 right for Marcus, 60 left and 60 right for Anthony. And what happens is all that volume rolls up. So in this example, whether it's Steve or it's somebody that I'm talking to you directly on this webinar, by helping 2 people become gold in our comp plan and helping each of them create 2 silvers, that's an income of $80,000 to $100,000 a year. Now, some people might think that a 2 to 5 year plan is a long time. When my wife and I first moved to Boise, I took a short break from the network marketing industry. I sold the business and I was hanging out. So she wanted to pursue a passion for her own career. So she got a job, working for a reputable, charity fundraiser type of an organization. And granted, listen, guys, she has her master's degree. Okay, she has a master's degree in Latin American economic studies, and they were paying her 30,000 a year. And after 2 years, she was she would qualify for a 2% raise, which is a cost of living raise after 2 years, just being in her job. Now, I'm not a rocket scientist, but 2% of 30,000 is $600. So after 2 years of working 40 hours a week, her raise and her paycheck would be $600. I just showed you working 8 to 10 hours a week part time in 2 years. If you're really serious about this, building yourself an additional 80 to 100,000 a year, think about it, guys. What could you do with this income? How many of those boxes could you actually fulfill on the first page that we showed you? And actually, there's 7 different ways of earning income. This is only one way that I've showed you to earn 80 to 100. When you add them all up, the sky's the limit. Steve, a lot of people, they see this and say, that's great, but I've only been a carpenter, or I've only been a plumber, or I've only been a school teacher. And just like you and I mean, we didn't know how to do this when we got in. So a lot of people are wondering, well, how do we do that? So, could you touch on that?
Yep, absolutely. The how is such an important part, because one of the nice things with this industry is that you don't have to try to figure it out. You don't have to try to reinvent the wheel. It's already been there, and we have a system in place. It's called the Fast Track Business Building System. If you're interested in building a business and being able to achieve all of the things that you determined in the why, and if you've really seen the way and you've seen the need of the product and you understand the plan, now you have to be able to put a system, the how, into place to be able to truly be successful. This system, the Fast Track, is based upon principles, business building steps that have been created, from long ago. And, 100 years or more of principles that have been put into this system to be able to help you become successful. That's really what it's about. And so by following the system, you'll learn step by step how to build a long-term, stable residual income that you can pass on to your children and grandchildren. Guys, that's so key. I've been in traditional business, and, to be able to say that you can build something long-term and be stable in traditional business world, it, it's very hard to say that that's possible. But with this industry, you do have the ability to do it. If you realize that, there's a duplicatable system, a system that will help you succeed. If you realize that there's steps within the fast track system that if you follow, the learning curve will be shortened for you to be able to create the successes that Erik showed you in the plan to be able to make that 80 to 100,000 and more in this industry, so that you can actually join the ranks of those who have done this before, not just creating thousands and hundreds of thousands, but even millions. And so really the key is to be able to treat this like the real business that it is. This is kind of what I refer to as your franchise manual. Without it, without the manual, you're going to be wondering what to do. So the success lies in you studying it and you learning it. Part of this FAST, the acronym for FAST, the fast track, is the foundation. You have to develop the why and the beliefs and your goals, things that you want to accomplish. But your belief level is so important. You have to believe that you can do it. You have to believe that you can accomplish it. You have to believe that all of us were accomplished. We're put on this earth to succeed, and our success is predetermined. Your failure is predetermined. If you can understand what that means, is because when we were put here on this earth, what we were designed to do is predetermined. And I'm sharing that with you because a very good friend of mine who just passed away, his name was Miles Monroe. He just died in a plane crash. And I'm here to tell you, when he spoke, and he spoke about how we were all predetermined to be successful, guys. But the key is to be able to follow a manual, to be able to follow the success system that's out there for our lives and every aspect of our lives. This is no different with the fast track. Developing that foundation, developing your belief and your goals, realizing that how badly do you want to accomplish them? How badly do you want to do something significant? How badly do you want to make a difference? Do you want to bring your wife home? How sick and tired of you, driving in traffic, and going to work and punching a clock every day? You've got to believe that this is an avenue, that the need and the way that is there is an avenue for you guys to be successful. And the A in FAST is action. Listen, nothing happens until you do. A good friend of mine, by the name of Wayman Burton, he always ends his call by saying that, is nothing happens until you do. And guys, action is so important. Action, there's words that start with A that go along with it. Number one is being ambition. If you're ready to really go after your beliefs and your goals and have your dreams surround you and come to you, you got to take action. You got to have ambition. And the way you start to do that is by sharpening your skills. The S in fast track is by participating, listening, reading. You know, get into the functions. We have a regional function in Atlanta. You know, make sure each and every one of you are there and registered. You know, get on these webinars, get your folks on these webinars. You know, go to the fasttrackopportunity.com. You know, go in there and study what's in there, the lessons that are in there to be able to help you to succeed. They're put it there for you. Stay in touch with all of those things, and then to teach, right? To be able to lead your groups, to be able to counsel with your upline, and to be able to duplicate it over and over again to develop the leadership. Guys, use these pages in this plan for your benefit. As you look in there, you see my good friend who's on this phone with me right now, Erik Cloud, and his wife Michelle, and his beautiful baby Jax. You know, to be able to look at this page and to be able to point to it and say, this is my friend. You know, these are people on the stage who have made millions of dollars in this industry that are grabbing our hands to teach us, to show us the way, the how to be able to be successful. But guys, the choice starts now. It's not the end. It's not where you're going to end up, but it's the beginning. Where you're going to start, what you're going to leave behind to start over again, to be able to accomplish the goals that you want to be able to set in your life. And I'm going to turn it over to Erik so he can show you how you could start the beginning of a lifestyle that will help you to attain financial freedom and freedom of health.
That was great, Steve. I really appreciate that. You know, you guys just listen in beyond the money and the freedom, just the relationships that you get to develop in an opportunity like this of mentorship and coaching. And, we're all open books. We're not posers. We're not out there putting on airs. I mean, we truly want to help people succeed. And I'm blessed to have Steve and Linda in my life. It's so important to me. It's actually more important than the money because we could do anything together. I mean, if we wanted to open up a bagel shop, we'd succeed. But we chose to do something together where we can take our skills and talents and help people like you achieve whatever that you want. So, you know, this is the end of the presentation, but it's not really. It's the beginning, and that's why we've titled this the beginning. I mean, if you've identified something that you want that you can't have doing what you're doing now, you understand that the best way for you to accomplish that, the way is through the network marketing business model. You understand the need, and probably when we were talking about three of the products, you had to at least have checked off in your mind one or two benefits for each one of those of something that, whether it's aches or pains, losing weight, you know, just being able to eat better. Uh, you've seen a plan, a simple plan by helping two ambitious people who want something more just like you, helping them achieve something, helping them identify something. We're telling you that the how, there's a system. It's step by step. It's not based upon your talent. It's not based upon where you were born, whether you're rich or you're poor, none of that stuff. The plan is it's equal to everybody because the systems, it's an acronym for save yourself, stress, time, energy, and money. The things that we're teaching you to do, we've done exactly ourselves. And if you can buy into everything else that I've said, then we look at the beginning. If you can't and you don't have that belief in yourself, well, you can check out. But I'm telling you, if you combine the things that we've told you so far and you give us a chance, this is the beginning. You know, a lot of people think like this is the big close. Guys, I didn't get into this business because I care whether you sign up, for $100 worth of product or you know, a builder pack of 500. I mean, I left a career in a lucrative career in medical sales to do this full time. Where if I sold $100,000 laser to a plastic surgeon, I would make $20,000. Do you think I really care about closing you so I make zero to $5-10 when you come in? That's not the case. We earn income by developing other leaders, and you earn income by helping other people impact their lives. So, what's the beginning? Well, number one, the consumer small business option. This is an option that says, hey, I'll enjoy the benefits of the product. I might earn an initial 200 to 500 a month by referring these to others, and I'm going to go on auto delivery. So every single month. I'm qualified to earn commission. So if you're somebody who's a hobbyist that says, I don't have a lot of time, a couple hours a week, but this sounds good, and if the products work for me, hey, I could use an extra 2 to 500 a month. Well, the professional business option, it's a little bit bigger commitment. You're going to come in with at least 200 points in product, so you max out the compensation plan, and you have product to share with others. This is an opportunity for you to earn 2 to 5 thousand a month in income. Okay, so you're going to be on auto ship, and you've got to commit to being in the business. I mean, to earn an additional 2 to 5 thousand a month, well, you're going to have to plug in the fast track business building system. If you want to know what the career path option is, well, hey, this is the path that my wife Michelle and I and Steve and Linda have chosen. We have built businesses that have paid us 2 to 5 thousand a week and way more. We would probably frighten you if we told you the numbers of weekly incomes that we've earned. Um, so this is the path that we have chosen. To do this, you're going to want to get started with an Asantae build pack. The person that puts you on this webinar will share that with you and help you get started right. There's a couple different options for that, but you're going to be on 200 points auto ship every 28 days. So you are maximizing commission. You're using the product, so you're developing your story. You're sharing with others. You're going to need to plug into the fast track business building system. You can do that at our website, www.fasttrackopportunity.com, and you go to the store uh, there to get the fast track business building materials. And you're going to want to plug into the events. So, I mean, if you're somebody that does the career path option, I'm telling you, I don't know anybody that makes 2 to 5 thousand a week in income that doesn't plug into the events, like the one coming up in January of 2015 that we have in Atlanta. I am a product of the system. I'm a product of the events, and so is Steve. I mean, Steve and I got to know each other because we spent, I don't know, 4 or 5 times on free trips in Hawaii together, provided by the network marketing industry. That's where but you know how we got to that free trip in Hawaii is that we were plugged into the events, the teaching and training. You have to be plugged into that. So, that's the career path option. The person that put you on the webinar can help you explain those. We're not setting our goals for you. It's like, hey, we're going to help you work wherever you want to work, and we just want you to be a part of us, even if it's a fact that we'd like to see you become more healthy, or if you're someone that's our next leader and maybe our next biggest story in our industry. We're proud to have you on board, and we hope that you join us. Steve, do you have any last closing thoughts before we shut this down?
Well, I just like to say that, we appreciate all of you being on this call. That means that you're looking for an avenue to be able to change some things in your life. So I ask that you consider seriously, the value of what you heard today, the why, the way, the need, the plan, as well as the how and the beginning. Some of us are in need of a new beginning in our life. How about you? Guys, we have that avenue. Grab onto the people that asked you to get on this webinar. Hang on tight, because we're about to go out there and change so many people's lives with this great company called Asantae and this great plan that we have. So God bless you guys.
Yeah. Thank you, Steve.